Hello guys! Have you ever wondered if there is a fast way to memorize hundreds of words with no effort when you're learning a new language? Well, if you speak English and you're learning Italian, the answer is yes. And you want to thank history for this. It all started in 1066 with the Norman conquest of England. The Normans, who came from France, spoke a French dialect. Now, French originated from Latin. And you know what other language originated from Latin? That's right, Italian. So French and Italian are sister languages and have thousands of words that sound alike because they derived from the same Latin word. The words that have the same origin and that are related are called cognates. Now, the French dialect that the Normans spoke and that brought with them to England introduced over 10,000 new words into the English language, and those words today sound a lot like their Italian relatives or their Italian cognates, like castle and castello, duke and duca, authority and autorità. Of course, there could be some words that sound alike but they have different meanings, and that just happen to look alike. These are the so-called false cognates, or as they are more commonly known, false friends. But we'll talk about them in another video. Now let's focus on entire sets of English words that will help you figure out their corresponding Italian cognates. Sometimes there might be slight changes in the spelling or the pronunciation, but you'll be able to easily guess their related Italian words and use them in a conversation. Some other times there is actually no correspondence at all, but the worst that could happen is that if you use them in a conversation, people will smile and correct you. But these are exactly those little incidents that will produce a stronger memory, and you'll be able to remember these words even better. The first set of English words that we're going to see are nouns that end in tion, T-I-O-N. In this case, all you have to do to get their corresponding Italian cognates is to replace the suffix tion with sion. Solution, soluzione. Station, stazione. Separation, separazione. Sensation, sensazione. Nation, nazione. Solution, soluzione. Station, stazione. Separation, separazione. Sensation, sensazione. Nation, nazione. Also, the English suffix xion and pshon become zione. And action. Azione. Traction. Trazione. Resurrection, resurrezione. Adoption, adozione. Of course, there are exceptions like abortion, which becomes aborto, or affection that becomes affetto, and some more. But most of the time, your guess in finding a cognate should be correct. Action, azione. Traction, trazione. Resurrection, resurrezione. Adoption, adozione. The second set of English words are nouns that end in tion, S-I-O-N. In this case, to get their corresponding Italian cognates, we'll have to replace the suffix tion with sione.
Ho fatto la chiamata. Presto, andiamo.
Television, televisione. fusion, fusione. Collision, collisione. Television, televisione. Fusion, fusione. Collision, collisione. Nouns that end in et, ity in English and in ita in Italian, with the stress on the last a. Vanity, vanità.
La 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 la.
Stupidity, stupidità.
La 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 la.
Quantity, quantità. Quality, qualità. City, città. Vanity, vanità. Stupidity, stupidità. Quantity, quantità. Quality, qualità. City, città. When a noun or an adjective ends in ate, ate in English, we'll have to replace this suffix with ato to obtain the corresponding Italian cognate. Vertebrate, vertebrato. State, stato. Private, privato. When an English verb ends in ate, ate, we usually get an are verb in Italian. Vibrate, vibrare. Urinate, urinare. Gesticulate, gesticolare. Vertebrate, vertebrato. State, stato. Private, privato. Vibrate, vibrare. Urinate, urinare. Gesticulate, gesticolare. Some abstract nouns that end in y in English end in ia in Italian. Melody, melodia. Symphony, sinfonia. Lottery, lotteria. Democracy, democrazia. Melody, melodia. Symphony, sinfonia. Lottery, lotteria. Democracy, democrazia. If an English word ends in ism, ism, all you have to do is to add an extra O at the end of the corresponding Italian word. Organism, organismo. Feminism, femminismo. Tourism, turismo. Organism, organismo. Feminism, femminismo. Tourism, turismo. Some words that end in ist, ist in English, and that usually refer to professions, add an extra a at the end of the word in Italian. Pianist, pianista. Dentist, dentista. Ooh. Wow. Artist, artista. Pianist, pianista. Dentist, dentista. Artist, artista. Then we have adjectives in English that end in al, al. In Italian, the same adjectives will end in ale. In English, we obtain adverbs from these adjectives by adding the suffix li, ly. In Italian, we obtain the same adverbs by adding the suffix mente. Accidental, accidentale. Accidentally, accidentalmente. Artificial, artificiale. Artificially, artificialmente. Final, finale. Finally, finalmente. Normal, normale. Normally, normalmente. Isn't it awesome that you already knew so many Italian adjectives and adverbs? The adjectives of Latin origin that end in ble, B-L-E in English, will end in bile in Italian. And once again, the corresponding adverbs are obtained by adding the suffix li, ly in English, and mente in Italian. Possible, possibile. Possibly, possibilmente. Adorable, adorabile. Adorably, adorabilmente. Terrible, terribile. Terribly, terribilmente. Careful, because in this category there are many exceptions. That's because the suffixes able and able have been added in time also to words that don't have a Latin origin. Doable, fattibile. Eatable, mangiabile. Heatable, riscaldabile. In this case, as you can see, you will have to translate the first part of the word. Do, fare. Eat, mangiare. Heat, riscaldare. The adjectives that end in ic in English simply add an extra o at the end of the corresponding Italian word. Specific, specifico. Fantastic, fantastico. Microscopic, microscopico. When an adjective ends in ent, E-N-T in English, all you have to do is to add an extra E in Italian. Recent, recente. Fluent, fluente. Independent, indipendente. Adolescent, adolescente. Many nouns of Latin origin that end in ment will add instead an extra O in Italian. Cement, cemento. Element, elemento. Document, documento. Comment, commento. And speaking of comments, remember that you can leave one down below if you have any questions or advice. I would also like to know if you can think of even more cognates between English and Italian, or if you know of any cognates between your language and Italian, which I don't expect to happen if your language is Chinese, but you can never know. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the small thumb icon that you will find down here and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it yet. Please keep watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.